You know what time it is? It's time to start talking about a lot of shite. But right now, I'm going to get into things such as weight loss, the best weight loss strategies if you compare them all. So if you've got like drugs, if you've got cardio, if you have the HCG, if you've got starvation, or pray tell, keto. That's my favorite one, by the way. So, let's remind you guys that I am 47, not 37 or 27. So when people try to compare me to other YouTubers, I'm like, you guys, I'm 47. So, big difference. Now, here we go. Boom! This is the business, okay? This is the business. After being in ketosis for 5 years, no refeeding. I'm like, I used to show the business, I'll keep showing the business for the newcomers who tune in to my YouTube channel. So this is the business. And people love to say, well, that's her genetics. And I'm like, yes, no. It is my epigenetics. Google it. And I have done my own epigenetic gene therapy. That means I have manipulated my DNA. You guys can too. Because if you look at my family members, nobody looks like me. So I've done some kind of manipulation to remain like this as I'm getting close to 50. Can't believe it. Fucking weird, right? See what denial in the right way will do ya? Okay, let's get right on to it. So, I love to talk about the non-BS diet, as I call it, because to get into a state of ketosis, it is very difficult. It is not easy. Now, it can be very easy for some who are not metabolically deranged. But for everyone else, which is like 98% of American adults, you've got some derangement going on, some estrangement, some metabolic damage. So, I want to get into the crux, the core, the nucleus of the problem. People are going for quick fixes to do what? To lose weight. And as you guys know, I don't like talking about weight loss because to lose weight, you have to be healthy. It's not some, as I say, invisible, in the air, mythological concept that you just drop your calories, count your calories, jump on the treadmill, put your stuff into MyFitnessPal, do HCG, ridiculous, by the way. And people go as far as beyond like the caffeine, the ephedra. They do things like clenbuterol and T3. Holy smokes! Whoa! If you really want to jack yourself up, do that kind of stuff. So I love to look at all the forums and what people are talking about, and people are talking a lot about clenbuterol and T3 for your thyroid to regulate your fat loss, supposedly. Okay, guys, check this out. When people start talking about drugs to enhance your body, they always make comparisons to Tylenol or other types of drugs that can do more harm if done in excess. Sort of kind of true. But here we go. I don't take Tylenol, and I don't take clenbuterol. This stuff's garbage. You want to know why? Because you're jacking up your adrenal glands and you're messing with your hormones. And once you start messing with your hormones, the rebound effect, wham! It's going to smack you hard. Now, you're young, your cells are strong, you can do these ridiculous things to your body, but as you get older like me, who's 47, it's not going to work. It's going to hit you, boom! Because when your serotonin levels drop, when your adrenals are slugged up, when your thyroid really starts to develop a problem because you're taking T3, it's very hard to recuperate from that type of abuse that you've done to your body. But let's break it down. Let's simplify it. So, we've got fat loss. Everybody wants to have the business. They want to be lean, mean, fighting machine. Yeah, everybody wants to be lean, toned. Okay, here we go. What's the dealio? The dealio is, if you do cardio to lose weight, you do burn some fat. You might even go through lipolysis, the breakdown of fats. But you also go through gluconeogenesis, the breakdown of amino acids. And you can't pick one over the other, like, oh, I'm just going to preserve my muscle and then just burn fat by doing cardio. And I'm like, no, you're always going to burn amino acids, proteins in your body, which can be in your bone marrow, your skin, and it burns it here and here and here and everywhere. Especially with men, the largest muscles of your body, which are your legs. A lot of guys have like chicken legs. That's from cortisol, often. It is not usually about genetics. It's how you, and what I said in the beginning, it's how you express your genes. So if you're smart, or if you get hip to like not listening to what we've been told, like the pyramid garbage, you'll learn that the way the body works on a cellular level is what the business is. That's the whole point. You do cardio, you're going to burn muscle. You might burn through fat, but you know you're going to do the most? You're going to tax your adrenal glands, because when your gas tank is empty, your body needs a fuel source, and you're not in ketosis, so it's always, remember this, it is always going to burn protein in your body. You can't get around it. Can't. That's why people who do contest prep and bodybuilding and fitness competitions, they do these crazy diets, and they think they are going to, I don't think people conceptualize the fact that they're burning out their adrenal glands. These little nuggets are just smoldering little things that aren't going to work, that have everything to do with your steroid hormones. And nobody thinks about your reproductive system. And then the thyroid. Now your body's starting to overproduce sugar. And then you stuff yourself with carbs, because people tend to do carb feeding in cycles, right? You go down during the week and you refeed on the weekends. So you've got hormones that take care of everything. You've got insulin, you've got ghrelin, you've got leptin, and you've got glucagon. You have things to regulate hunger. So when those things burn out, that's why you'll hear things like leptin resistance, because people will binge on carbohydrates after depleting them. And then that leptin signaling from producing too much cortisol and insulin as a stress response to the elevated levels of glucose becomes downregulated. And the signal to your brain telling your body, hey, burn body fat, I'm doing a ton of cardio, doesn't work. So you do more cardio. And you lower your calories even more. And you overtax your adrenals even more. But you lose weight, but you always are going to burn amino acids. But then you start to notice that you've got like gut issues and colds and flus, and your wounds don't heal, because now your immune system has gone down the toilet, because you've done what? You start to cut down your calories. And people will do like, they're like, okay, I'm doing this much of a chicken breast, I'm doing this much rice, and I'm doing, 100 carbs a day, or 80 carbs a day from rice. And I'm doing as low fat as possible. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Everything's made out of fat. Your sex hormones are made out of cholesterol. And when you don't eat dietary fat, your body doesn't have the tools to make and produce your reproductive hormones. Your brain is over 80% fat. Now you're not eating fat, so there's not enough tools for the brain. So people get depressed. And the binging, right? Because the body's not getting any nutrients, so the pounding of the signal to eat, and people eat and they can't stop themselves. You ever like carb deplete, and then you refeed, and you're just like, I can't stop. It's just more. Because your body has a difficult time, because when you were carb depleting, and then you're refeeding, and then you're depleting, and then you're refeeding, the body has a hard time understanding what to signal. So at the end of the day, the body doesn't know how to get the nutrients into the cell if you keep doing this cyclic thing. So people develop gnarly food addictions doing contest prep, or doing the starvation diet, and then refeeding, or carb loading, or backloading, or nights, or whatever. The addictions, the pounding, because that primal body does not want to live like that. And yes, when our hunter-gatherers did hunt, they tried to eat the whole dang thing. But really, they went for the soft bits of the animal. The eyes, the brain, the tongue, the liver, the connective tissue, the intestine, the organ meats, because they're fatty and soft and full of vitamins. That's a whole other subject which I've talked about before. But with that said, I just wanted to really be clear that when you do the cyclic ketosis, which I just did a video about it, now your signals to tell you that your gas tank is full, and then you deplete, you're like slamming up your glucose numbers, okay, which creates advanced glycation end products to your cells, and then you're overproducing insulin, and then you drop, then your body's more insulin and more insulin because you're eating so many processed carbohydrates because you're refeeding like crazy. Then your glucose drops because insulin's being overproduced, and then you drop and become hypoglycemic. And you keep cycling this thing. So a lot of people doing competitions develop food addictions. They just crave and want certain foods. And once your hands get a hold of it, you can't stop. So you just got to clear it all away. And then in that week, you are messing with your adrenal glands because you're depleting again. So that's that subject. Here we go. Now, we've got clenbuterol. So clenbuterol is, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want you guys to do it. It's a really dangerous drug to drop body fat. And it's all the rage. I mean, bodybuilders use it, fitness people use it in the industry to get real lean. But the problem is, average people are starting to use it now. This stuff is going to harm your adrenals and your liver. And then ultimately your thyroid gland. Liver has to process it. Your adrenals are overtaxed by producing too much energy. And now that's affecting your thyroid. So then they go and they take T3 because you've got thyroid stimulating hormone that regulates your metabolism. So people are trying to speed up their metabolism by taking T3. But what you don't understand, that anytime you take anything, progesterone cream, melatonin, anything for your hormones, birth control pills, you are TRT. You are messing with Mother Nature. And there's a rebound effect. Bam! Now your body doesn't know what to do when you get off the hormone therapy. So everything gets even more whacked out. And so you want to take more drugs. So that's that. Big no. Then we've got just straight up starvation. And we know that doesn't work because that also creates the food addictions. Yeah, and then you are literally shutting down your metabolism. And that's the same thing with the cyclic ketosis. When you're refeeding, your thyroid is so overtaxed by not knowing what to do. Your body likes this, not this, and this, and this. That this will burn out. And when you want your thyroid to burn out, you are screwed. Alright, so then we've got the HCG, which I've spoken of before. Pregnant hormone that puts your body in this sort of osteoclast breakdown of your bones to feed the baby so it can grow. You don't want to be catabolic. You want to be anabolic, or the perfect balance of it. And that's what's dangerous about taking HCG. Yeah? You don't have a baby and you're taking this hormone that's breaking down your bone and contributing to osteoporosis. Don't do that, and then you go down 500 calories and then overtax your adrenals and mess up your thyroid. I get a lot of people that do it once and lose a bunch of weight, which of course you burn a lot of muscle. Oh, but I'm not burning muscle. I'm using this hormone that just no. When your body is not in ketosis and you're not getting enough, holy moly, I have to do part 2. Okay, guys, you want to learn more? Go to StephaniePerson.com, Stephanie Business Person on my Facebook fan page, or Stephanie Ketogenic Instagram. Peace out. 2 coming up.